So, round 2. Whew. Okay, I have to adjust properly for this video. I'm also going to take out my notebook because I do not know what I'm going to say, as I am very afraid. Okay, so y'all remember the video I made about my 1-year challenge of no dating? Well, that's changed. Okay. So, before I even started my 1-year challenge, I was conversing with this young man, and at the moment, like, things were kind of happening a bit too quickly for me. So I was like, whoa there, hold on, let's reel it in, let's pull off the brakes. And we stopped talking. And at that time, it was only supposed to be for 1 month. So we were supposed to stop talking for 1 month until, you know, we both got word from God that this is what we should be pursuing. So that was in like October. I started my challenge November 1st. And my challenge was intended for 1 year. So, you know, I went fine. You know, I was struggling with the challenge. But you know, I still felt like I was making progress. I got to a point where I was just so happy. I was just like ecstatic. I was like busy. I was doing things. My life was feeling like it had purpose, you know, fulfillment. I was volunteering, leading small groups. I was just, you know, in it. I was getting my life together. I was working on my skin and my eyebrows and handling my finances, trying to get out of debt. I was just trying to be an all-around good person, right? So in May, actually I think he messaged me sometime in January, but I was just giving him like the cold shoulder. I was not on his run at all. I was not talking to him. I was like, I don't need no distractions, so I'm sorry. Blue Tick City. Those of you on WhatsApp, blue tick is when you see somebody's messages, they that know that you see their message because the ticks turn blue and you don't respond. Blue Tick City. So that was in January 1st. And then end of May, you know, he started talking to me again, but it was really just like, you know, on a friend-to-friend basis. Like, yeah, we were in the process of kind of building something, but I just truly miss my friend, having someone to talk to about the Bible and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, cool. But I was still treading very lightly because I knew in myself that I didn't want to test myself in that regard. I didn't want to feel like I was stronger than I was, so I was still keeping conversations to a minimum. Anyway, time progressed. He didn't even know that the challenge was for 1 year. He was still thinking that it was for 1 month, so that's why he hit me up in January, like, hey, what's good? Like, supposed to be gone for a month. It's been like 2, almost 3 now. Like, what's good? He did not know, so I told him it was for a year, and he just started to like have a conversation with me about the challenge, and he was asking some pretty good hard questions, like, okay, what prompted you to go on this challenge? The main significant question that he asked for me was this challenge something that God told you to do? That God said, Maya, you need to go on this challenge. Don't date for a year, just focus on me. Or was this something that Maya said that she would do? It sounds like a good idea. I think I'm going to endeavor and you know, endeavor to complete this challenge. And that was a pretty good question because I was not sure of the answer. But then he followed up that question to say, because I had invited him to a night of praise and worship my church had. So he told me that he was on his way inside church. This would have been, let me get the date. This would have been May the 29th. That was a Sunday. He said, because, you know, this is something, after you told me about the challenge, this is something that I really prayed on. And I think he like fasted for a day as well. He said, this is something that I prayed on, because if this is something that God told you to do, by no means do I want to interfere with that. By no means do I want to be a distraction to something that God told you to do. But if this is something that Maya said that she's going to do, like, I'm going to continue to pursue, because I do not want to cry, because he wants to be in a relationship with me, and he's going to pursue me. And I'm just there like, oh gee, like, so I don't know, kind of say it anyway. So he said that he said that prayer, and he sat in his car and he waited for an answer. And I'm saying all of this and I'm just smiling in my head, because what man today does that? You know what I mean? Like, what man like goes before God and asks, like, Lord, is this something that you told me, because I don't want to interfere? You know what I mean? Like, I thought that was just wow. Anyway, and he said he waited for an answer and he got no resistance, so he pursued. And here he is coming asking me this question now. And I'm just like, wow. I don't really know, but I'm not gonna lie on the Lord's name, because something else he said too, because he's like, because if it wasn't God who told you to do it, but you were saying that he was, you know, he'll forgive you for that too, you know, like calling his name in vain, and I guess quote unquote lie on him. And I was like, oh my goodness, I did not even realize that that's something that I would have been doing. And that shook me. So we gotta be careful when we saying God tell us to do so and so, if we aren't sure that it's him, because then we really lying on his name anyway. So, and my response was, you know, if I'm really honest with myself, I think I told myself that I'm gonna do it, because I was just so tired and fed up of, you know, the dating situations that I was in before, and it just felt like something good to do to make sure that I was whole, you know, before I began dating, really, like, because I am trying to be in and out of relationships too much longer, and I was like, oh, my next relationship may be my last, because I'm at a point now in my life where I've learned so much, and I cannot see myself pursuing a relationship with somebody if it's not going to lead to marriage. Like, I just can't, because I don't have the kind of time to waste, you know what I mean? Like, and learning what singleness is, the value and importance of being single, and then knowing what a relationship is, and then the ministry of marriage. Like, I got, you know, I'd rather just be out here working for you than to be in a relationship that's not going to end in something of substance, you know. But above it all, your will be done. There's something to be learned in each and every relationship. So if I need to go in this one to learn something that will prepare me for that relationship, then fine. But even in my video on the challenge, I said, and even if at the end of the day marriage is not something that's called for me to do, I'm going to be fine with that too, because God is all I need. Anywho, so that conversation happened with him, and I'm laughing now because I know he's going to watch this video, so I'm just trying to share what I can, what I feel comfortable with. Anywho, and it was just a number of conversations during that week that was confirmation for me. And of course I battled and I prayed about it, I prayed about it hard because I was like God, like this the one thing I did not want to do was regret ending the challenge early. And as the week went on, that Sunday was the 29th. The first was that Wednesday. And I think I even cut him off again on that Wednesday because I was like, no, yeah, I'm sorry. I think I want to finish my challenge. But then on the same hand, at the same time, I did not want to say, hey, you know, you could wait and see what happens in November when it's done. Like, you just stick around, but I want to finish the challenge. I didn't want to do that either because I didn't know how I would come out on the end. At the end of the challenge. But even that day was a battle, and I just remember being so confused through it all. And he said to me, you know, you really sound confused right now. You need to go and cry at the feet of the Lord and ask him for direction and guidance. And I'm ashamed again because I was like, here I am, this all mixed up like conch salad. And in that moment of me being vulnerable, he didn't say, Mom, cheapest you just, you know, give us a try, you know. He wasn't selfish in that situation. He pointed me to where I needed to be, and that was remarkable for me. So he told me that, and I ain't gonna lie, and he sent me to God, but in that moment, I was like, okay, yeah, this is my husband. Because I was just in awe. I was just in awe. I was like, this is what I need, Jesus. And that's the thing, like, we would have in our mind what we want in this fairy tale, in this fantasy, but God knows us. He knows the deepest part of us. He knows us inside out. So he knows what we need, you know? And yeah. So, but above all, still be coherent to what's happening and to the voice of God, you know, and be obedient. So, not to say, like what I mentioned in my other video about my career, was not to say that I know it all and I'm just going to be blinded or, you know, tunnel vision on one thing, but still be sensitive to the voice of God always speaking to me. And, you know, in that moment, I knew within myself that the challenge was done for me, but it served its purpose, you know. I learned so much. I changed so much. I got deeper with God in those 7 months, and I would not exchange that for anything in the world. So though I may have not completed the 12 months, I think I got out of it what I needed specifically for my life. So that's one important thing to remember, that whatever you apply to your life, consult God on it first. And secondly, know that everybody's walk is different. Don't watch nobody else. Don't even watch my story. Please do not have me as the marker or, oh, but mine ain't finished 12 months. So no. Do what God is telling you to do. So I think that and then I also say that the person I was when we first started talking in October, I would have not appreciated the person that he is as much as I do now. Without going through that pruning process over the 7 months, I would have not been able to appreciate who he is, you know, because I was still in the flesh. I still wanted, you know, the tall, dark, and handsome, or whatever, and, you know, 6 figures. So, I mean, it was a little unrealistic, but, you know, that's what the flesh kind of wanted deep down. Though I may have not said that openly, you know, but as I went through the process and understood what being in a relationship really is, and the purpose of it, and what, you know, just wanting God's will above all else, like, I'm really able to appreciate him as a person a lot more now than I was then. So, in all things, just always be attentive to the voice of God speaking to you. And So that happened on June 1st, but I still, you know, was being kind of standoffish with him. But I think we said June 3rd, we kind of said, okay, you know what, we're gonna give this a shot. And to like the term boyfriend girlfriend, because I think it creates a sense of entitlement kind of thing. But you know, we're courting partners, and courting is really what it is, you know, pursuing a relationship in the path to marriage. So that's what it is. This video is going to be a shock to many, even some people I know locally who probably still thinking I'm on my college. Sorry guys, but the focus has shifted. And yeah, the month of June was a crazy one for me. Between this and my job situation, it was just really a month to remember. And that just shows me that God has some great things in store, and I'm really excited. Yes, so that's my update number 2 for today. And I just hope that someone listening got what they needed from it, that the Holy Spirit evoked something in your spirit that you needed to proceed in the way in which He needs you to proceed. So thank you for watching. Please take a look at some of my other videos and subscribe, like, share. Thanks a lot.